Hello guys, this is Hot Boy. I'm gonna speak English in this video, but let me give a brief intro for Korean viewers and subscribers. 안녕하세요. 하이브 관련해서 애널리스트 리포트가 10월 초부터 쭉 나오고 있습니다. 이 중에서 제가 몇 가지를 좀 살펴보려고 했고 좀 영상으로 만들려고 했는데 오늘 드디어 좀 하나씩 해보려고 해요. 그래서 오늘 다뤄볼 건 신한 증권에서 왕의 귀환 2026년까지 압도적 실적 기대 지인회 김지영 애널리스트가 작성을 해주셨고요. 이걸 보려고 하는데 자, 요겁니다. 요거고요. 제가 이제 영어로도 할 거잖아요. 근데 생각을 해보니까 한글로 하고 영어로 하고 할까 했었는데 어차피 제가 읽는 건 똑같거든요. 그래서 만약에 이거를 들으시면서 보시기도 하면은 제가 영어로 하겠습니다. 그래서 눈으로 보시면서 영어로 들으시면은 그래도 이해하는데 어렵진 않지 않을까 싶습니다. 그래서 뭐 어떻게 보면은 뭐 영어 공부에도 도움이 될 수도 있지 않을까 살짝 생각을 해보고 왜냐면 하다가 좀 너무 한글, 영어로 2번 하면은 좀 체력이 딸려서 힘이 빠질 것 같아가지고 영어로만 해보도록 하겠습니다. 이거 영상 해보시고 본보시고 만약에 좀 한글로도 따로 하는 게 필요할 것 같다 하면은 피드백 주시면 제가 고려를 해보도록 하겠습니다. Alright guys, so there have been quite a few analyst reports on HYBE and entertainment sector in general since the beginning of October. I'd like to go over like one by one if there are solid reports. So today I'm going to cover Shinhan Security Firm's research analyst report on 4 sectors. They're pretty bullish on like entertainment, media, game, webtoon. But for me personally, I'm gonna cover entertainment because I'm a shareholder in HYBE, right? Of course, they cover like all 4 major companies, entertainment companies. HYBE, SM, JYP, YG. They're most bullish on HYBE, or rather, they believe that HYBE is the most important company in terms of bringing up the whole sector, right? But I will look into other companies if they mention them, okay? But here we go. So they say it's time to expand interest into entertainment, media, gaming, and webtoon sectors. The sectors covered by Shinhan's platform team, entertainment, media, and webtoons have seen significant declines this year, with YTD drops of 30% for entertainment, 23% for media, and 31% for webtoons. These industries have not aligned with major themes driving the stock market this year, such as AI, value enhancement, or export stocks, and even the benefits from interest rate cuts have been concentrated in secondary battery and healthcare sectors. So they're talking about the Korean stock market when it comes to this part. Okay, and that's true. While like AI stocks have been doing extremely well and like semiconductor stocks have been doing incredibly well, entertainment stocks went in a reverse direction, right? They fell. However, the question we should be asking is, if not now, then when? 지금이 아니면 언제? Positive macroeconomic conditions, interest rate cuts, a stronger yen, and economic stimulus in China are warming up these sectors, and we are seeing encouraging signs across them. Okay. A phase, entertainment, enter, this refers to entertainment, a phase where fundamentals and sentiment are recovering together. The entertainment sector's main issue has been sentiment, and resolving conflicts with HYBE Adore, the leading player in the industry, is a necessary step. So they are referring to HYBE as a leading player in the entertainment industry. Although cautiously optimistic, there are several factors to consider. First, the conflict appears to be entering its final stages, and the industry outlook is expected to improve significantly starting from Q4 of 2024. Second, concerns about album sales peaking are being mitigated by the expansion of other fan consumption channels such as concerts and merchandise, along with a base effect. Okay, 기저 효과. 3. Major IP comebacks are scheduled for Q4 2024. 4. With BTS and Blackpink planning comebacks in 2025, the sector is poised for record combined earnings through 2026. 5. Improvement in fundamentals is also possible with the ramp up of new IPs and reduction of debut marketing costs. Given the sector outlook, a basket buy approach is recommended, with HYBE's role as a leading player being especially important. Meaning, they encourage creating a portfolio of different entertainment companies, with HYBE being the largest chunk because their market cap is the largest. Okay, so here we go. Here they talk about the media, game, webtoon. I'm gonna skip. I took a quick look. It's pretty interesting, but for our purpose, we're gonna majorly talk about entertainment and majorly HYBE. So, but for reference, this KOSPI is like the Korean version of S&P, and KOSDAQ is the Korean version of Nasdaq. So you can see how. Wait. Also media. So this is media. This is game. Yeah, game has been doing surprisingly well. But if you look at the entertainment, where it's this yellow goldish, they've been doing horribly in terms of stock price, right? Yeah. But the thesis of this report is that they are about to rebound, and they are. They have been recovering for the past few weeks, and then the thesis is that they're gonna do well from now on. Okay, so let's move on. This is interesting too. Entertainment companies' album sales trend. This is HYBE, blue. Album 수출 금액. So album sales in terms of like copies, in terms of the revenues, right? The money that they make. 합산 앨범 매출. Okay. So album revenues. So album, concert, etc., streaming, goods, merchandise, and others. And then revenues and profits. Interesting. Of course, HYBE is the largest in terms of revenues, right? Media, webtoon, game. 그렇죠? 자, okay. Here we go. 들어가며 24년 업종별 주가 흐름 복귀. 엔터, 미디어, 게임, 웹툰 업종 주가는 왜 이리 망가졌나? Why have the entertainment, media, gaming, and webtoon stocks plummeted? Year to date, the entertainment, media, and webtoon sectors have experienced sharp declines of 30, 23, and 31% respectively declines. Compared to the KOSPI and KOSDAQ indices, which have fluctuated by 1% and negative 1% and negative 11%, this is significant underperformance. While there have been specific issues in each sector, the main reason lies in their failure to align with the themes driving the stock market this year. The gaming sector, however, has managed to find a floor in its performance with renewed inflows of capital. Since the beginning of the year, sectors like AI and value enhancement programs have largely overlooked these industries, leading to a severe outflow of funds. Let's take a closer look at the entertainment and media sectors first. So, yeah. Entertainment media stock prices since 2021. HYBE is in the blue. Yellow is SM, red is JYP, YG is gray. Entertainment sector, a year of unprecedented turbulence. 그 어느 때보다 시끌벅적. The entertainment industry is known for being noisy and eventful, but 2024 has been exceptionally turbulent. 역대급으로 다사다난했다. After enjoying a stock rally in 2023, the sector began to decline in November last year, driven by concerns over album sales peaking. This was followed by a series of incidents involving artists, highlighting the inherent human risk of the industry, which have been more pronounced than ever this year, leading to a 30% YTD decline. HYBE stock price has even dropped to levels seen during its 2020 IPO, disregarding the company's impressive global achievements with its IPs, new artist growth, and both domestic and international financial success over the past 4 years. Yes, and that's true. Yeah, IPO price, and then it fell below that this year until like last month. So, cool. Moreover, this year, human risk has expanded. Previously, human risk was mostly limited to artist scandals or conflicts between the artist and companies. However, recent incidents have highlighted conflicts between producers, labels, and companies, such as the ongoing feud between HYBE and Minnie Jin, former head of Adore. I mean, who planted the seed of the problems and evils? To me, personally, it's Minnie Jin. And I don't want that problem to like seep into any other cases, like including HYBE or any other companies. Like the K-pop, I feel like Minnie Jin is the biggest risk for K-pop's future. Like the whole evil practices that she has started. And I hope that once this resolves, there will be no more cases like this. Anyways, that was tangent. But according to this report, it says this conflict is approaching its final stages and several scenarios are possible. 사건은 거의 막바지를 향해 달려가고 있는 가운데 추정해 볼 수 있는 시나리오는 다양하다. And I said this too, I think a few weeks ago when I said I personally feel like this whole thing is in the end games now, right? All right, so worst case, loss of NewJeans IP. Neutral, NewJeans IP remains with HYBE, but Minnie Jin steps down. Best case, reconciliation between both parties. But honestly, I don't think this is the best case at all. And this is not even possible, given the fact that Minnie Jin has planned to end HYBE and Bang Xiao, right? All those BS with like eyelid copying NewJeans, that's BS, total BS. And she's, you know what? I'm gonna stop here. But she even talked about taking over Bang Xiao's company back in 2021. So what reconciliation? And talking about like finishing BTS with the shaman. No way. And this conversation was in 2021 too. All right, back to the report. So personally, I believe that reconciliation, whatever, is not possible. And then here's a timeline of the whole HYBE versus Adore, or rather HYBE versus Minnie Jin conflict. Let's see. Yeah, so it started from April. Well, this, like I said, the seed of the evils and seed of the conflict was planted way back, at least 2021. Cool. So, should you go through this really quick? Adore sent a rectification request to HYBE regarding plagiarism involving eyelid of NewJeans. HYBE began an internal audit of Adore, citing attempted corporate control. HYBE requested permission for an extraordinary general meeting. Minnie Jin held their first press conference. HYBE accused Adore management of embezzlement and filed a police report. Minnie Jin filed for an injunction to prohibit HYBE from exercising voting rights. Court granted the injunction to prohibit voting rights. 2 directors allied with Minnie Jin were dismissed, and 3 directors affiliated with HYBE were appointed. Yep. Minnie Jin extended an olive branch with her second press conference. HYBE filed a request to restrict public access to the court records related to the injunction. Minnie Jin appeared for police questioning, denying embezzlement allegations. Didn't she speak for more than 5 hours? 5 to 9 hours? Minnie Jin filed a lawsuit against HYBE CEO Park Ji-won. Park Ji-won countered with defamation claims. 무고로 대응. Court denied HYBE's request to restrict access to injunction records. Odor replaced Minijin as CEO with Kim Joo-young. HYBE filed for a declaration to terminate contracts. Where was it? Yeah. 계약 해지 확인의 소제기. Minijin rejected a delegation agreement to continue producing New Jeans. New Jeans held an emergency live streaming, advocating for Minijin's return as CEO and the normalization of Adore. Minijin filed for reinstatement as a board director. A compromise was proposed, allowing Minijin to remain as a board director with a 5-year term, but not as CEO, and court hearing scheduled for Minijin's lawsuit. Right, and then the court decision will be made around 25th. Okay, all right. Fundamentals versus sentiments. Fundamentally, HYBE is not in a dire situation. Even in the worst case scenario of losing Eunjin's IP, Adore's contributions to HYBE's overall revenue and profits in 2023 were only 5% and 11% respectively. With BTS's full return to group activities in 2025, this contribution is expected to diminish further. Thus, while the conflict between HYBE and Minijin significantly impacted market sentiment, it had a limited effect on actual business performance. Since the dispute began, HYBE's market cap has plummeted by 22%, even though its profit hit was negligible. Impact on company valuation. When it comes to company valuation, it's a combination of earnings and multiples. The human risk and the resulting deterioration in sentiment have led to a significant contraction in multiples. But how has actual performance been? Unfortunately, the outward-facing financials haven't been great. Half-year earnings for the 4 major entertainment companies fell short of expectations. YG, in particular, faced a triple-digit loss due to the absence of Blackpink and the costs associated with developing new IPs. Dear You, which operates fandom platforms, that's SM Entertainment's platform, right, also had a notably weak Q2 2024, with its most crucial metric, paid subscribers, declining for the first time since its listing. Nevertheless, the core business performance of HYBE, JYP, and SM, excluding YG, has been decent. Given the reduced proportion of high-margin album IPs and the initial investments focused on new IPs earlier in the year, their results were relatively solid. Challenges. So the real issues lie in new business ventures. Interesting. HYBE, under HYBE 2.0, has heavily invested in new growth sectors, causing its operating profit margin, OPM, to plummet to 7.9%. Without these costs, the OPM would have been around 12%, a more respectable figure. Similarly, SM's non-core subsidiaries recorded a combined loss of 5 billion Korean won, although the main business managed to return a profit of 29.3 billion won, even with album sales dwindling. So, yeah, and the new businesses that it refers to is games, HYBE and technology, right? I would, as a shareholder, I would give HYBE a bit more time for them to prove that these investments are worth it, right? So we'll see. The best case scenario is that all these new businesses making synergy effects with each other, right? Cool. These are the earnings, performance trends of these 4 companies. They even included Dear You here. Okay. All right. So this is the media. I'm gonna skip. Although it's pretty interesting. Gaming. Yeah, I'm gonna skip too. Craftone. By the way, there's a game company called Krafton in Korea. They had a collaboration with New Jeans, but it also had its own like controversies and stuff. It was a whole mess, but kind of interesting. I'm not sure if you know about the issue. So, Webtoon, I'll skip to. All right, prepared domestic and international environment, meaning domestic and international environments are ready. Conditions for recovery. Number one, favorable macro environment. Three key factors: interest rate cuts, yen appreciation, yen referring to Japanese currency, and China's economic stimulus. Is there a chance for a turnaround in the entertainment, media, gaming, and webtoon sectors? Currently, the market is moving sector by sector rather than focusing on individual stocks. The Shinhan Investment Corporation platform team has identified three important top-down factors. 1. Interest rate cuts. 2. Yen appreciation. And 3. China's economic stimulus. To get straight to the point, all of these factors are moving in a favorable direction for our sectors. The macro environment is set up for a recovery. Bingo. The anticipation of interest rate cuts has already been factored into the market. With the direction towards rate cuts established, funds that were previously concentrated in the semiconductor sector have started to shift, benefiting other sectors, notably those previously overlooked, such as growth stocks. Interesting. But during this period, significant capital inflows have not been detected in the entertainment, media, gaming, and webtoon sectors, despite their status as representative growth industries. That's true. Instead, funds have been directed towards bio/healthcare, secondary batteries, 2차전지, and small and mid-cap stocks. For entertainment, media, and webtoon sectors, liquidity is still largely driven by individual investors. In terms of stock returns, these sectors have seen declines of -30, 23, and 30% respectively. This was kind of repetitive. The gaming sector, on the other hand, has benefited from a favorable macro environment and improved performance, making it one of the first to recover. Among growth industries, the entertainment, media, and webtoon sectors are the only ones that have yet to see any significant rise. Could they be next in line? The appreciation of the yen resulting from the Bank of Japan's interest rate hike increases the investment appeal of the entertainment, media, and gaming sectors. For entertainment, in particular, Japan was the ongoing global market for K-pop, and it still accounts for a significant portion of the sector's revenue. Companies often don't hedge against currency fluctuations, meaning they can fully benefit from the increased value of the yen. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I didn't realize that before. Historically, SM Entertainment has had the longest presence in Japan, while JYP has been the most active in developing local idols in the country. As of 2023, the revenue share from Japan stands at 34.3% for HYBE. But for HYBE, this is the whole Asia, I think. I'm not sure because it says Asia in a parentheses. 20.4% for JIP, 18.3% for SM, and 9.7% for YG. When considering products sold in Japan that are partially reflected in domestic revenues, the impact is even greater. Okay, so the yen appreciation will have impact. All right, this is gaming and webtoon. Skip. Here we go. Conditions for recovery number 2. Signs of sectoral rebound. While the smooth coordination of these three macro factors has been providing a boost to the entertainment, media, gaming, and webtoon sectors, there are clear limits to how much can be achieved just by filling in the gaps. The most important thing is to identify meaningful momentum and direction within each sector. Without that, a sustained recovery in stock prices will be challenging. Okay. Entertainment, a phase of sentiment and fundamental recovery. Okay. And once again, they touch upon the HYBE Adore situation and says the situation is moving towards resolution. 후반전 진입. The entertainment sector has struggled more with sentiment than fundamentals, so restoring investor confidence is the top priority. Specifically, the risk associated with HYBE's multi-label need to be resolved, multi-adore situation. And it appears that the situation is nearing its end. NewJeans' direct involvement has helped clarify HYBE's direction. Yeah, we remember this, right? One of the Korean articles talked about that, referring to the statements from this report. Ultimately, HYBE did not fully accommodate NewJeans' demands. While there may be disruptions to their activities as seen in the flow of market capitalization and profit contribution, what matters more than NewJeans' future, scope activities, or growth potential is that this issue comes to an end. Fortunately, the market has already factored in the worst-case scenario, discounting NewJeans' single-digit profit contribution, leading to sentiments hitting rock bottom. 투자 심리는 바닥을 찍었다. The outlook for the industry is set to improve significantly from Q4 2024 through next year. This isn't just recovery, it's growth. I like that. 회복을 넘어선 성장이다. This isn't just recovery, it's growth. All right, second, the base effect from the decline in album sales that began in Q4 2023 will be favorable this year. One of the main reasons for the drop in album sales was a reduction in group orders from China. But data from the Korea Customers Service shows that these indicators have recovered. Congratulations. As I have argued, the decrease in album consumption was not a peak out of the K-pop industry, but rather an expansion into concerts, merchandise, and other fan-related consumption. Okay, this is a pretty interesting argument, so I'm gonna read one more time. As I have argued, the decrease in album consumption was not a peak out of the K-pop industry, but rather an expansion into concerts, merchandise, and other fan-related consumption. Right, because a lot of doubters are saying that K-pop is only ready for the decline from now on because look at the album sales, it's been declining. But this analyst's perspective is different, right? It's rather an expansion into other areas, including concerts, merchandise, and other fan-related consumption. Okay. Cool. Let's see. This trend is also clearly visible in the performance growth across the entertainment sector's various business divisions. The one-off initial marketing costs. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. The one-off initial marketing costs associated with the debut of new IPs will be reduced. Next year, we'll focus less on launching new artists and more on solidifying the ramp-up of groups that debuted this year. These new IPs are already showing remarkable performance domestically and internationally, which will naturally lead to an expansion of activities. All right, this year also saw new strategies. One of the main drivers of stock expectations last year was the launch of global girl groups. The biggest play came from HYBE with the debut of the girl group Cat's Eye on June 28th. I love this group. The revenue model for artists differs somewhat between the US and Korea. In Korea, as seen with SM's rise, selling over 1 million albums right after debut, album sales are crucial. But for global artists, most revenue comes from digital music streaming and concert sales. Cat's Eye has exceeded expectations in this area. Bravo. With 78.74 million cumulative streams and 3 consecutive weeks on Billboard, a Global 200. Wow. Next year, there are high expectations for global potential and revenue growth compared to cost for these new IPs. Number 4, full comebacks of BTS and Blackpink. So nothing can reignite interest in K-pop like its top IPs. YG Entertainment's head producer Yang Hyun-suk has confirmed a surprise plan for 2025, solidifying Blackpink's comeback next year. Additionally, 2NE1's comeback and world tour will serve as an opportunity to showcase the enduring strength of their IP. So, by the way, 2NE1 had their concert a couple weeks ago, right, in Korea. The 2NE1 group remains a permanent asset of YG Entertainment. YG에 영구적으로 기속되어 있군요. 2NE1 remains a permanent asset of YG Entertainment. Okay. BTS is also scheduled for sequential discharges from the military by next summer. Jin, who was discharged this June, is already set to start activities in Q4 of 2024. And yes, he is back with his solo album upcoming. Right, I'm super excited. And a full BTS album is likely to be released in the latter half of next year. But the real game changer will be the massive revenue and leverage from their world tour, which is expected to peak in 2026. Congratulations in advance to, this is me speaking, by the way. Congratulations in advance to whoever is getting their hands on the tickets for these world tour, BTS world tour, right? Because it's going to be super competitive. Alright, the company is already laying the groundwork, referring to HYBE, right? 벌써 슬슬 준비 중이다. DRU subscription growth expected from Q4 2024. DRU is also anticipated to see. I'm gonna skip this. All right, cool. All right, media. I think we're almost there. I think what we have left is individual companies evaluation. Cartoon, games, webtoon, and then 투자 전략. Okay, 투자 전략. Investment strategy. Favorable macroeconomics and matching performance to restore investor confidence. The entertainment, media, gaming, and webtoon sectors didn't receive much attention in 2024, but the conditions for a rebound are all in place. The macro environment, characterized by falling interest rates, a stronger yen, and economic stimulus in China. 그렇죠? 계속 키워드가 금리 하락, 엔화 상승, 중국 경기 부양 이렇게 잡아주시고 있는 거죠. 이 리포트에서는. And this macro environment has warmed investor sentiments. And there's a gap in capital inflows and meaningful momentum and direction can be observed across these sectors. Now, it's our turn. 다음은 우리 차례다. This is kind of repetitive, but here we go. Sector call, entertainment. HYBE's moves are key. For a broad rally to happen, the sentiment issues that have dragged down stock prices need to be resolved first. Fortunately, the conflict between HYBE and Adores appear to be cautiously entering its final stages. From a fundamental perspective, concerns about album declines signaling a peak for the industry are being dispelled as fandom spending shifts to concerts, merchandise, and other areas. The favorable base effect from the previous year and major IP comebacks in Q4 2024 and the full comeback of BTS and Blackpink in 2025, leading to record high performance across the sector through 2026, and the ramp up of new IPs are all positive indicators. Since the performance of other entertainment sectors, entertainment stocks tends to follow HYBE's lead, HYBE remains a top pick. But we recommend a basket purchase approach, as now is a time to increase the previously reduced weight in the entertainment sector. Okay, so yeah, basket purchase referring to like a portfolio, building a portfolio of different stocks. Although I personally, primarily focus on HYBE. All right, and from here on, it's individual companies. 하이브, 왕의 귀환 26년까지 압도적 실적 기대. The King's return, expecting record performance through 2026. 엔터주는 늘 예상보다 빨리 움직이는 듯 entertainment stocks tend to move faster than expected. The sentiment issues that have been weighing down HYBE stock are now entering their final stages. As concerts and merchandise sales expand, concerns about a peak in the K-pop industry are fading, with core business growth set to resume in Q4 and BTS comeback in 2025. HYBE is on track for record performance through 2026. Now is a time to buy. 사야 할 때. Flat results until Q3 versus resolved concerns and record performance through 2026. HYBE's Q3 2024 sales are expected to reach 501.7 billion Korean won, with operating profit at 58.3 billion Korean won, slightly below expectations. Activities were mainly focused on artists like ENHYPEN, LE SSERAFIM, and Boy Next Door. Compared to Q2, which included 17's tour, there was a decline in concert scale. The continued costs related to new business under HYBE 2.0 and significant marketing expenses for the debut of the global girl group Cat's Eye will also be reflected. Okay. Q2만큼은 아니지만, although it will be lower than Q2, it will be still reflected, it says. Okay. Since Q4 2023, the decline in album sales has been offset by growth in other fan spending areas, such as concerts and merchandise, which has alleviated concerns about a decline in fandom size and K-pop's peak out risk. Moving forward, HYBE is expected to see core IP comebacks in Q4, a larger scale of world tours benefits from last year's low base and monetization of the Weverse platform, removal of debut marketing costs for new IPs that were introduced earlier this year. The strongest driver, BTS full group comeback, set to restart activities in 2025, baby. A massive tour in 2026 is expected to deliver record high performance. Valuation and risk. The target price adjusted down to 260,000 Korean won due to noise surrounding Adore, increase in investment in new IPs and businesses, and a 10% reduction in multiples and a 36% drop in earnings forecast. Despite this, the recommendation remains a buy as sentiment improves and a record-breaking performance is expected through 2026, positioning HYBE to lead the sector's recovery. Okay. The King's Return. I like that title. All right. Shall we read through other companies as well? And there's a, table of earnings, valuations, financials sheet. All right, how about this? HYBE. The most undervalued quality stock in the rebound phase. Multiples we won't see again. Despite weaker than expected IP success this year and results that highlighted weaknesses more than strengths, HYBE has fully priced in the risk, making it the most undervalued quality stock in the entertainment sector rebound. 약점을 모두 반영한 주가. A stock price that reflected all weaknesses. Q3 2024 sales are estimated to be this much, and operating profit this much, matching expectations. Key contributions came from activities by Stray Kids and the return of Japanese concerts. While some criticize HYBE for lacking growth IPs compared to its peers, Stray Kids and Twice continue to demonstrate qualitative and quantitative growth. Concerts in particular have seen increased guarantees due to expanded venues. This year has been marked by negative factors from a reduced share of high-margin album sales to disappointing new IP performances, leading to increased marketing and concert cost. HYBE 360 cost and the establishment of the subsidiary, Init Entertainment. Okay, Init Entertainment too. Currently, the stock has surrendered all gains from the rallies in 2022 through first half of 2023. Yeah, HYBE stock price has been well, what a fall, what a decline. Where are we? Even with the added costs, sales and operating profit margin (OPM) are expected to hold at level similar to last year, with the forecasted PE of 18.9 for 24 and 15.7% multiples for 25, multiples we may not yet see again. Meaning it's the cheapest right now, right? That's what it's trying to say. Valuation and risk. The target price is lower to 77,000, maintaining the discount to the sector leader. The investment recommendation remains apply, expecting GYP to benefit from the sector's recovery. By the way, in Korea, most of the recommendations from analyst reports are buys. If any of them ever says neutral, it means sell. That's how it goes. I think I explained this before. I might again if you have questions about it. But yeah, it's because of the relationships between companies and these analysts. SM Entertainment, the smoothest generational transition. 가장 원활한 세대 교체. Despite higher than expected costs and slower multi-label leverage, SM has retained the strongest growth IP during this period of sentiment improvement in the entertainment sector. Q3 sales are projected to be this much, operating profit this much, falling short of expectations. The greatest challenges come from the unfavorable comparison to Q3 and album sales. Activities in Q3 include those by Rise and NCT Wish. Despite similar album and concert numbers as Q2, uncertainties remain around new businesses unrelated to core operations, including continued costs for the UK-based boy group Dear Alice. Yeah, I have heard about that group. How are they doing? 비용도 이어질 것. Okay. Nevertheless, SM has the strongest momentum from new IPs. Rise debuted as a million seller, and albums from NCT Dream and NCT Wish continue to show growth. The company is transitioning from older groups like NCT 127 and EXO to newer IPs. Improved profitability through reduced cost ratios is expected as a natural progression. Q4 should see relief from high comparables, reduced labor costs from prorated incentives, and benefits from major IP comebacks. The target price is adjusted down to 95,000, maintaining a 30% discount to the sector leader, but lowering multiples due to sector-wide sentiment declines and increased multi-label cost. Despite this, buy recommendation backed by strong new IP performance and smooth generational transitions. Okay, and then YG. Wait, hold on. SM 3.0 IP expansion roadmap. Rise, NCT Wish, Novice. Novice is that virtual artist in the same universe with aespa, right? New boy group 2025. Genre SM Classics. Crucialize. Scream Records. 트로트. Global. Wavy, NCT Wish, Dear Alice. Okay, interesting. I don't know what you guys think about SM Entertainment and the new things that they're trying, but we'll see. YG Entertainment proving the durability of IPs, turning the sector around by proving IP longevity. With major IP activity on pause, YG's quarterly performance this year has been less relevant, but in 2025, key IP comebacks and the return of older IPs will demonstrate the sustainability of YG's assets, driving a sector turnout. This year's poor performance was expected, mainly due to the absence of Blackpink's full group activities and initial marketing costs for Baby Monster's debut. Fixed costs were difficult to cover in the first half of 2024, rendering this year's performance largely irrelevant. But momentum will ramp up from 2025, including a 21 world tour starting in October, marking their first reunion in 8 years. This is significant as 21's IP remains permanently owned by YG, demonstrating IP sustainability. Yeah, I didn't know about that. That's pretty cool. The comeback on world tour of Blackpink, aiming to replicate the peak results of 22 to 23. A new album for Akmu and full group comebacks for Winner members Song Min-ho and Kang Seung-yoon following their military discharges. Yeah, I remember that. A world tour for the rookie group Baby Monster, who saw success after proving their skills. Okay. And then Treasure. Okay, they also mentioned Treasure, the boy group, right? The debut of a new group tentatively named Next Monster, actively addressing one IP risk. The target price is this much. As YG prioritizes resolving one IP risk, they are set to make a significant contribution to the sector's recovery next year. Okay. I'm not gonna really comment on other companies. But one thing I'm gonna say is that personally, I believe that HYBE is the most balanced, and in terms of their businesses, especially like the music business, like of course, BTS accounts for the biggest part of the companies in terms of like financials and earnings, right? But when I listen to their music and when I watch their contents, like compared to other companies, HYBE artists are my favorites. So I'm clearly biased, but it's just my personal taste and preferences, which is why I decided to invest in HYBE. But we'll see. Like the analyst said, the whole entertainment sector has to rebound together, and HYBE is going to be the leader, and how they do will be important for the sector overall. One interesting point that I got out of this report is the fact that so there were a few things, right? First of all, these analysts believe that yen appreciation is going to be important for these companies because of their activities and businesses in Japan. And also, despite some people saying that K-pop has reached a peak, right, and it's only going to fall from here on, these analysts believe that no, it's just a transition, right? The significance is going to be transitioned into other areas compared to like album sales, right? So previously it was all about physical album sales, right? But now the fans are spending more and more on other areas, including like merchandise, concerts, and like content and other goods, right? So that's the thesis of these analysts, right? Meaning K-pop has further room to grow. I personally believe in that, right? I believe in the future of K-pop as long as these companies and artists make great music and make great content and be genuine and be real in terms of fan interactions. So artists have to do their part, and agencies have to, provide relevant, great support for the artists to perform well. But the risk that appeared this year was the minijin, right? So I think it is very important for the overall sector to alleviate and in fact remove the risk as soon as possible, right? And then start anew, right? For the future of this industry. So, which is part of the reasons why I've been covering the minijin issue on my channel, because I believe that it's important to cover it, with as much information as possible, as long as it's objective and sticking to facts, right? But anyways, although it was kind of long, this report was solid. I'm glad that I covered it. Let me know your feedback. Is this helpful? Is this informative? What was the part that was new to you and most, insightful for you? And yeah, let me know in the comments. And when you make comments, as always, stay positive, respectful, and classy. Thank you guys. 감사합니다. 댓글로 코멘트 달아주시면 감사하겠습니다. Peace and love. Bye bye.